Hi, let's continue with linear equations. So this video is a continuation of the introduction to linear equations video. So make sure you've watched the first video on introduction to linear equations before starting this video. So we're going to look at some more advanced linear equations. Let's start with this question 1 here. 5x plus 3 equals 3x plus 7. So we've got 5x plus 3 equals 3x plus 7. So we know the idea of a linear equation is we have to solve for x, but we have a couple of terms with x's in them, and we've got a couple of terms that are numbers or constants. So we know in order to solve linear equation, we want to arrive at the situation where we have something simple like 3x is equals to 12, and we would know we would divide both sides by 3 in this case to get x is equals to 4. So the idea is you want to create a situation where you just have x's on the left and numbers on the right. Once you're there, you're in familiar territory. So that's our goal, to create a situation where you've just got x's on the left and numbers on the right. So first of all, this plus 3, we don't want any numbers on the left. So in order to deal with this plus 3, we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So subtracting 3 and subtracting 3. So my next line is going to be 5x plus 3 minus 3 cancel equals 3x, and then plus 7 minus 3, that's plus 4. Now, we're still not finished because I have this 3x on the right hand side and I would like to have my x values on the left hand side. So in order to undo or get rid of this 3x on the right hand side, I'm going to have to subtract 3x from the right hand side. And remember, in equations we keep the balance, so whatever you do to one side you do to the other. So I'm also going to subtract 3x from the right hand side, or the left hand side I should say. So subtracting 3x from the left hand side and the right hand side, my next line therefore will be 5x minus 3x, that's 2x. On this side the 3x and the minus 3x cancel, so 2x equals 4. Now we're in familiar territory, dividing both sides by 2, and we will get x is equals to 2. So it's important to see here how we always maintain the balance. The first step we did was subtract 3 from the left-hand side and subtract 3 from the right-hand side. The next step we did was subtracting 3x from both sides. And the next step we did was dividing both sides by 2. So we've always been doing the same operation to each side to maintain the balance. But as in the previous video, we can quicken this up. We can take a couple of shortcuts that will speed us up in the long run. So let's have a look at that. So we're going to look at the same question again. 5x plus 3 equals 3x plus 7. I just want to look at this in a lot of detail here so you understand all the elements. So 5x plus 3 is equals to 3x plus 7. So we know that we were subtracting 3 from both sides, first of all. So we did that already, and that gave us 5x is equals to 3x, and I'm going to leave this as plus 7 minus 3 for now. And the next thing we did was subtract 3x from both sides, and that left us with 5x minus 3x. I'm going to leave that as it is, and on the right hand side I'm going to say that the 3x and the minus 3x cancel, and we have 7 minus 3 left on the right hand side. Now let's have a look at the first line and the fourth line here. So this is the shortcut we can take. Understanding that we subtracted 3 from both sides and subtracted 3x from both sides, it appears as if the plus 3 here went over to the other side of the equal side and became a minus 3. And it also appears as if the 3x here came over to this side of the equals and became a minus 3x. So we looked at that before. When you subtract or add the same value to both sides and you skip a line, it can appear as the value crosses the equals sign and changes sign. So it went from a plus 3 on the left to a minus 3 on the right, or it went from a plus 3x on the right to a minus 3x on the left. So generally, when we're doing linear equations, we skip from the first line straight to the fourth line. But it's important that you understand that what's really going on is we are maintaining the balance. We are subtracting 3 from both sides and subtracting 3x from both sides, but we're just taking a little shortcut to speed us up. So continuing on from this, this would be 2x is equals to 7, take 3, 4. So dividing both sides by 2, we know that x is equals to 2. So I'm going to show you another example here. Let's look at question 2. I'm going to do this question just using the kind of the shorter, quicker method. So we've got 9x plus 4 equals 5x plus 16. So we would like to have only x's on the left, so I'd prefer if the 5x appeared on the left and the 4 appeared on the right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to subtract the 5x to the left hand side. 9x minus 5x equals 16, and the plus 4 would be a minus 4 when we subtract that to the right hand side. So then that will leave us with 4x is equals to 12. Then we can divide both sides by 4, and we will get x is equals to 3. So you can see here, doing the shortcut method, it's as if the plus 4 came over to the other side of the equals to and became a minus 4, and it's if the 5x came over to the other side of equals and became a minus 5x. And as we've already said, that's just a result of maintaining the balance. So we're kind of skipping some lines here, taking the shortcut, but it's still a result of maintaining the balance of the equation. Let's have a look at one more example here. So the one I'm doing for you here now is question 34. 27 minus 6x equals minus x minus 8. So 27 minus 6x equals minus x minus 8. So I want my x values on the left, so the minus 6x and the minus x. I want terms like this to be on the left, and the numbers, the 27s and the 8s, to be on the right. So next line, minus 6x. The minus x on this side, I'm going to add that to the other side, so plus x equals minus 8, and then the 27, when it goes over to the other side, will become a minus 27. So minus 6x plus x, that's minus 5x, equals minus 8 minus 27, that's minus 35. So in order to get x, I'm going to divide both sides by minus 5. And I will get x is equals to, and minus 35 divided by minus 5 is a 7, and it's a plus 7 because the minus by the minus will give me a plus.